hope you guys like that little bit of an intro there. I try to mix it up with something a little bit different. Cheers to Luke Summers Media. His Instagram is in the description below here, and created that little intro right there. I'm super pumped with it. Just wanted to mix it up a little bit different, but we're going to get right into today's video. As you guys can see, I have some drone products in front of me. I've got the drone icon deck in front of me. I've got the 22-inch versions. I've got the square back ends. I'm super keen to get my hands on these. Well, I've been keen to get my hands on these. Finally got my hands on them. It's been something I've been wanting to get for a long time. I've also got a pair of wheels right here and a pair of forks as well. Sadly, I won't be using these forks just because they're neochrome and I don't have anything to match it with. But I will be using these gold wheels with this black deck right here. I did receive 2 decks from Drone, as you guys can see right here. I received this chrome one and I received the black one, but the black one's what I'm going to be riding mostly. This thing is a beast. So starting off, this thing is 1.71 kilograms. The thing is not too heavy. It feels quite nice. It does feel a little bit on the heavier side, but you guys know I do like the heavier scooters. It just feels a lot stronger. I like a heavier scooter. It feels a lot better. It also does have a forged head tube as well. This head tube looks super nice. It's going to be really good for foot jams. I'm going to be looking forward to doing foot jams, but you know what? I'll probably forget as soon as I get to the skate park because that's what I usually do. The deck is 5 inches wide and 22 inches long. On the bottom it's also 5 inches because it is fully square on the side, so you're going to get the maximum width on top as you will on the bottom as well, which is super sick. I really enjoy that about the scooters when they're fully square on the side. I don't like to lose any advantage on the bottom. But if I do, it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect it too much. I just like to have, you know, 5 on top, 5 on bottom, feels really good. The head tube on the icon deck is 82.5 degrees and the foot space is 15.3 inches. So that's a pretty good foot space for the deck. As you guys can see, the head tube is a little bit longer than usual. Well, not longer than usual, but it is quite long. Some scooters have a really small head tube, some have a really long one. This one's got a pretty long one, but it's not too bad. You've got a decent amount of blunt room as well, which is going to be really cool. We're going to flip it upside down and have a look at these ground rails. The ground rails right here are quite small. They're 1.2 inches, as you guys can see. But the maximum 50 room you're going to get if you're doing a 50-50 on a square ledge is 2 inches. So it's going to go all the way to the wheel. It's about 2 inches right there. So you're going to get a lot of 50 room if it's on a square ledge. If it's on a circle rail, you're only going to be technically grinding on 1.2 inches. But you're going to be able to move over a fair bit on a square ledge. It's not a real disadvantage on square ledges, but if you want a 50 circle rails or 50 circle rails, you're only going to have that 1.2 inches of grind space. On the back, 1.2 as well, like I said before, but if you're doing a 50 on a square ledge, it's up to 2 inches. You can go all the way over, lock your back wheel, and it's going to feel longer than what it is, which is going to be really sick. So the drone deck has 3 degrees concave, so it's got a little bit of concave, not a lot. I do prefer a lot of concave, but I've been riding decks that have absolutely no concave lately, so this is going to feel really nice. What we're going to do is we're going to grip tape this bad boy up. We're going to put the wheels on, take my scooter I have apart right now, put it on this, go to the skate park, film some clips, have a good time. You guys already know. Sorry for slacking lately. Like I said last time in my last video, I've been working flat out, but I do have a slow work month this month. Do you know what that means? It means more videos, more time to film videos, more riding, everything's looking up. It's going to be good. I'll see you guys in a sec. Ooh, guys, the scoot is looking fresh. Them gold wheels and the black deck looks so nice. Also got the Syndicate grip on there. I was going to put Native on there, but I was like, you know what? Nah, I'll put the Syndicate on there instead. But one thing, let me just zoom out real quick. One thing you got to promise me, guys, you're not going to get salty about this, alright? About this. Look at this. I had the green grips from my Native setup. A little bit of fluff on my microphone. Let me get that real quick. So I've got the green grips from my Native setup with the green protos and stuff like that. I wasn't going to change my grips just to ride this for one day. Plus, I don't have any other grips to ride anyway, so it wouldn't really matter. But like I said, I'm not going to change my grips just because I'm probably going to ride this deck once, but I don't know, man, this feels super nice. It's actually quite light. I think it's just because I got the tire bars on there as well. They're cool. It's definitely a lot lighter than my Native. And we're going to see how it has to go at the skate park because I'm going to have to toss up between if I want to ride this or the Native. I'm still waiting on one more pair of tire bars for the Native that's over there. I was going to put on this, but I'm probably just leave these bars on this one, put the other tire bars on the Native over there. Going to chuck this scoot in my car, get that V, drink it, get my phone, call the boys. I don't think actually anyone's riding because everyone's either in Perth, Brisbane, Queensland, Sydney. I don't know. Everyone's just everywhere right now, so I don't know who's home, who's here, who's not at school, who's not working. So I'll probably be rocking it solo today, which isn't out of the ordinary. I normally do a lot of things solo, but would have been good to ride with different people. Not sure what skate park we're going to go to as well. That's always a little bit different as well every single time. It's either Frankston, Chelsea or something like that around here because it's the easiest thing to ride and it's the closest thing and I don't want to have to travel so far away. Blah, blah, blah. You guys know what it is like. But we're going to put the scoot in the car, head off. You guys know what it is. See you guys in a sec. So we just rocked up to the local skate park, Frankston. It's super nice down here. It's quite warm today. Definitely shouldn't have wore pants. I messed up there. The deck's feeling awesome so far, as you guys can see. I've grinded it down a little bit. When I first get a deck, what I like to do is I usually like to grind all the paint off it, so I get it on the edge of a sharp surface, push down really hard, get all the paint off there before I go to grinds, just because when you actually wax the deck, the wax will sit in all the little grooves and notches you've created in there instead of just trying to be really, really smooth. So I've done a fair bit of board sides as well, a couple of 50/50s. It feels really nice so far. Barbos aren't any different so far because of the smaller grind rails here, so it feels pretty good. What we're going to do, switch up to the GoPro, get some clips all around the skate park like we normally do. Skies are looking nice and blue, gonna be a good day. Let's get it. We're not going to start off on the board like we usually do, because you know what? First thing I do, I usually drop in, do some lip side, slide around. We're going to start it off in the section over here. We're going to ride the 353 for a little bit, the rail, some out ledges, then go down to the bottom to the mani pads and stuff like that. Start it off there, but we're going to ride the taco right here first. Do some 50s on this, do some slides. Well, let's get right into it, boys. And that, my friends, is why I don't do back hurricanes. Holy crap. Man, I am sore. Shinner, hip, head, everything. Whew. I'm not going to let that back hurricane defeat me. My shin is killing me. But the funny thing was I landed the first try not doing it in a line. So I thought, you know what, I mixed it up, doing it in a line. We're still going to do it in a line here. We'll just double heel in. Stupid trick. You guys already know what's about to go down, a flare on this bank to wrap up the session. Then we're going to go to a different skate park. I'm not going to film any long lens clips here. I have no filmer, so I don't want to do it. Frankston, because there's just too many options, it's too open. With someone like Chelsea or something like that, a little bit easier, but we're going to do this flare on the bank first tee. You ready? Fucking told you, boys. So we just arrived at Chelsea skate park. My shin is a little bit sore from that shinner. I mean, the actual cut itself isn't sore, but the impact mark from where I actually hit it. What are you doing, camera? Can you not be annoying? But just like the impact right on the shin bone sucked. So it's starting to swell up. So what I'm gonna it's starting to swell up. So what I'm gonna have to do is get right into it, start riding straight away. Because if I sit down and let it swell up and get painful, you guys know how annoying it is trying to ride after you've hurt yourself. You know what I mean? If you sit down and relax and your body starts to tighten up, I don't want that to happen. Drinking lots of water, trying to get back into it, I guess you could say. Not going to film any GoPro clips here, but this good so far is super nice. I'm loving it so far. It's really, really nice for grinds, and the wheels feel super, super smooth as well. But we're going to ride the skate park here. I'm going to set it up, self-film. You guys know I'm going to self-film because there's no one here to film me, but we're going to get it anyways. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to do some lip slides on the coping that's right behind us right here, because it's pretty much the best thing to ride, or best quarter pipe to ride, I guess you could say. This half pipe, I would ride it, but it's really noisy and one side of the coping sticks out really fast. So we're going to do some lip slides, some grinds on this bad boy right here. I thoroughly enjoyed this quarter pipe. then we're going to go really test out the actual grind rail. So we're going to do some 5.0s on the circle rail, some 5.0s on the ledges, and some 50s just to really get a good depth. You guys can really see that I'm actually doing that kind of tricks on this deck right now. So it feels really good so far. I'm going to set the camera down, switch it up a couple of times. Hopefully I don't want it to be too repetitive on this one here. So we're going to find a nice spot to set the camera up, get some clips. I'm really looking forward to it. So we just finished up with doing some lip slides over there. Got 2 new lands in there, which I'm stoked about. But we got the wax. About to go do some 5.0s because this thing is kind of sticky for 5.0s so far. So we're going to really see if it was just because I hadn't waxed it, or if it's just not that good for 5.0s. So we're going to sesh this ledge over here for now, and that's going to be it for the video. But I'm going to set the camera down, do some 5.0s. Let's get it. As you guys just seen then, I did a fair few 5.0 combinations, so it's not too bad. I was gripping a little bit, so it's definitely not the best deck that I've done 5.0s on. Definitely not the worst though. So what we're gonna do, this is the final test for today. Pretty wrecked, as you can tell. That was pretty exhausting, but we are going to see if it wants to 5.0 on circle rails. Woo! Alright, we'll see how we go on this one, hey. Definitely possible on circle rails. In fact, it actually felt a lot better on the circle rail than it did on the ledge. I think it's just because the ledge I'm riding, it's quite chunky, but I did a couple of Frankston and it wasn't too great. So, I don't know, maybe the deck just wasn't worn in properly. We'll have a look. I'll flip it upside down, see what we're looking at, but that's gonna do it for the riding today. I'm done. Shin sore, hungry, thirsty, sweaty, everything. All of the above. Probably, you know what? This is really zoomed in, isn't it? How's that? Woo! So that was all zoomed in. I'm still going to use it though. It wasn't too bad, but man, I'm wrecked. I'm pretty done. Riding and filming by yourself, it's not super motivating, and getting clips is kind of difficult. Well, not difficult. I just like to have a standard for my videos. I don't want to have just self-film clips. You know, I feel like I'm better than that. But you know, you got to do what you got to do to get by. Don't show. This deck feels awesome. I'm about to show you what it looks like on the bottom after maybe, I'd say probably 2 hours at the skate park. I've been, you know, it's been probably like 4 hours since I filmed the start, but you know, I've only been riding for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours on the actual scooter. Probably not even that actually. After I crashed at Frankston, I got pretty over it. So what we're gonna do is gonna have a look at the bottom, then I'm gonna head home, talk a little bit about the scooter, what I did like, what I didn't like, all that kind of stuff. You guys already know how it is, but let's see how she is. Let me just get that. There we go. Well, you can see I did a lot of 5.0s right here. Didn't do any, wait, that's my front side. Why is that worn out more than the back? That's weird. But this is my back side, so the back side 5.0s definitely were okay. I definitely prefer a rounded one though than that full square, but the deck is holding up super nice. It's a well balanced scooter. We're gonna go get a feed, head home, film the rest of this. See you guys there. So we just got back to my house. Not you guys are thinking, you're not even wearing the same clothes. It's because I'm not. I went home to my girlfriend's house, had a shower because I was all sweaty, all gross, washed my shin up, gave it a bit of a clean. And if anyone that knows, or anyone that has a chest mount and you know, then you damn well know how sweaty you can get. It's just like always sweaty from having the chest mount on. So I went home, cleaned myself up, came back to my parents' house where my studio is. I'm about to finish up. Computer's not even on yet. Let's turn it on. About to finish up editing the videos, but the drone scooter was so sick. The drone Icon deck, really nice. The wheels as well felt super nice. I'm actually going to continue to ride the Icon deck. The head tube angle didn't even feel 82.5. I don't know what it was. It felt steeper than what it was. So I went on a website and looked up the head tube angle. I didn't say it on the box, so it could be I could be incorrect on that. It could be 83, but it didn't feel 82.5. I felt a little bit steeper. Didn't even do any foot jams. It was still good, but it was really good for blunts, which is really nice. 50-50s were okay. It wasn't the best, but again, it wasn't the worst. It was still pretty good for 50-50s. I definitely would have preferred it if the ground rails are a little bit longer. So the ground rails are 1.2 inches and then they dip down. So if they had it continued all the way to the edge, I would have been a little bit better. But hey, it still works really well. And you can 50 and 5.0 circle rails. 5.0ing the circle rail actually was a lot better than 5.0ing the ledge. It was kind of strange. I don't know what it was. I think the ledges I was running were quite grippy, but the rail just glid nicely. 5.0s were exactly the same as all my other decks. I do prefer like a rounded drop off, so like the native deck with the plugs, or like an Aztec Fountain or a root deck with the curved back end. It just gives you a bit of a better balance point rather than having completely square, but it still felt super nice. Definitely go get yourself one of these decks from Scooter Hut or any legit scooter store that you know of. Huge shout out to Drone for sending me out them parts. Love you guys very much. I got some bars coming from them as well, which I'm really looking forward to. But that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Give it a like, comment, subscribe, do all that kind of good stuff. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.